ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Psycho Worldwide in association with One Mind Entertainment proudly brings to you two of the greatest podcast hosts in the world. I am Krayzekevin. He is Dan Jones, and we are Two Fat Guys Podcast. What it do? What it do? What it do, my boy? What's going on with you?
Man, you already know I'm having a good weekend. You know, I got to start it off giving them the praises. Shout out to the Moy Commodores for first round in the quarterfinal playoffs against Woodside, defeating them 57-0. Yes, I said it. With the last touchdown.
Yeah, I told you they just need to get them the trophy, y'all. Just.
With the last touchdown being by Showtime Dan.
Okay. So
25-yard run back, 25-yard fumble touchdown.
Oh, okay. 25-yard fumble recovery. Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah. Other than that, boy, I'm having a good weekend. Ready for tomorrow for that black and purple to stomp on that mustard.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that too. I'm looking forward to the Ravens walking into that black and yellow house and beating them down, and walking out with that W tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. But speaking of the black and W, black and W, black and W, because they went. But black and yellow, yeah, I said it. Ronaldo. Spicy. Speaking of black and yellow, our boy is coming to join us tonight for this ride as we going to talk about the Penguin. We're going to be talking about that the HBO Max series, The Penguin, tonight, and he is coming on. And the only thing I don't like about this brother is that he is a Steelers fan, but I still love him to death. Though he is the mind behind the CEO, the FCO, and all the other stuff that ends in O for a corporation. He's the entrepreneur of the year. Put your hands together for the founder of Nod Your Head Creations, a.k.a. Dikk Klark.
What up? First of all, let me address something real quick. The disrespect that you people, and I say you people, I say that with the most disrespect, you people have for my team that stay whooping that ass.
That stay whooping that? I don't know.
Chill. Until you whoop us like we've been whooping on you.
We have whipped you. What are you talking about?
I ain't talking about when the quarterbacks is injured and we got the third string quarterback. I ain't talking about when,
Dude, we have whipped you when you had the best quarterback y'all ever had, which was Roethlisberger. We whipped you then.
I mean, the last 2 years didn't go our way. They swept
the
2 years.
No, it did not. It did not.
Yeah, it did. As it always shouldn't go your way. It should never go your way when it comes to us.
No, never.
Yeah, we ain't beat them in 2 years, bro.
Right. Say it again.
We ain't beat them in 2 years.
Make sure you tell him. Tell a friend to tell a friend, as you like to say. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Don't worry, we got him. Don't worry, we got him tomorrow.
And we'll see.
Don't worry, we got him tomorrow.
Big Russ versus Big Trust, as they say. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. Yo, hey, some fellas, Miss Voorhees, we good. Miss Voorhees is jumping in right now, so what's going on?
Yeah.
They not like us.
You're right. Y'all not like us. You're absolutely right. And we not like y'all either. We're not like, because, our cheerleaders got teeth.
Let's just keep it above.
When they go to work.
There's no other team in the NFL who fight like us anymore.
Well, first of all, when you say that, it don't mean what you think it means. It means that there's no other team in the NFL that's going to fight like y'all, because they seem to drag every referee.
We still old school hard-nosed football.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out.
Fight. Like, you're going to have to fight to get out of Baltimore if you win. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Shout out to Nikki Jasmine for joining in. We appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, Nikki. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, darling. Nikki.
Stop. One of y'all doing Darling Nikki, and the other one is doing a Slick Rick song that he just no. Uh,
Like
so
I can't find Uno card.
just before we jump into the show, the actual show, can we talk about that Mike Tyson fight real quick? I don't know where Nah went. Nah just disappeared on us.
You mentioned Mike Tyson, I leave too.
I'm still here. I'm having technical difficulties, and I'm still here.
Got you. But the Mike Tyson fight was
Every match was better than that fight.
Yeah, the pre fights were definitely better than.
I didn't like the first one too much because of what went down, but yeah.
I mean, the pre-fights are normally better than the main event anyway. In most fights, especially nowadays.
In the show.
But I need people to realize, while I'm still working on my technical difficulties, I need people to realize that it was a celebrity fight. It wasn't supposed to be taken serious in the first place.
Right. We took it seriously because of the nostalgia.
Right. We was just assuming that. We just assumed that old Mike was going to be old Mike. So he's actually old Mike.
Right.
Miss Voorhees said it was trash.
Of course. It was supposed to be. They got the bank. If Mike lasted all 8 rounds, he got 20 million.
40.
Actually, we learned that he has more than that. Because somebody put me on to this. When you go look at the Netflix joint, I don't know if they're going to ever replay it, but if you sat there and watched it all the way to the end, you saw that Mike Tyson's production company put that fight out. Therefore, he took the smaller purse, but he took the larger gate.
He took the back end.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he didn't have to do it.
Him and Jake Paul put one over on the world. They got their bag and they did.
Good. Because all he wanted to do was get in the ring with Mike Tyson. And I mean, physically, he knew it was going to be a fight. But once he punched him the first time and his legs started buckling, Jake Paul respectfully extended the match.
I look at it differently. I looked at it. It's a couple of times Mike could have ended that fight immediately and pulled up. He was biting on the gloves to not unleash on that boy. I think they had some back there worked out with him and his pops. Yeah,
it was the same thing. It was the same thing when he fought Mayweather. No, when Mayweather fought his brother. It was one of them Mayweather fought. It was the same deal because it ended by it was a decision win, but Mayweather won that fight by decision. But still, it was like they never knock anybody out. It's always by decision.
What do you gain from
it was a circus that we all
what do you gain from knocking Mike Tyson out?
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Technically, it didn't do nothing for your boxing career to win by decision, and you couldn't knock him out.
Chris is on. Chris is here. What's up, Chris? She says, "Hey, you fellas."
Hey.
She says, "Hey, you fellas." All right. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about.
Was trash.
Okay.
There was a lot of suspects in that pay-per-view,
yes, Chris. We were talking about that fight. Anticlimactic fight. Yes. The other thing,
getting humped in the corner. Old girl got robbed. It was.
Yo, the other thing I want to talk about.
Like, bro, did he really just hump him in the corner?
Yo, we about to fight, Danny.
Huh?
I'm trying to segue out of it. Y'all keep talking about the damn fight, yo.
Sorry.
It was a lot of BS going down. A lot of suspect situations.
Go ahead.
People walking
All right, I'm gonna read this paragraph that Ms. Voorhees put up, and then we're gonna move on. She says he is friends with the little boy's father. Little boys was giving him big ups and giving Mike's team shout outs. Tyson's media group was in partnership with Netflix. The whole thing was a money grab. Oh, it definitely was a money grab.
Yeah.
Definitely was a money grab. And the other thing I want to talk about real quick is what went down on Friday Night SmackDown, at the end of SmackDown. When Bronson Reed is officially the fifth member. Which how did we saw this coming? But Bronson Reed is the fifth member of the new bloodline and just destroyed. Like
now, is the fifth member of the new bloodline or just added to the War Games team?
Well, he's added to the War Games. Well, he's added to the War Games. So technically, he's the fifth member, but the fifth member for the new Bloodline War Games match.
I think we got to call it something different. It's no longer SmackDown. It's no longer SmackDown. This is the SmackDown Cinematic Universe.
But I'm tripping off of how Triple H has quietly but surely erased the brand lines, which is probably going to change once they go to Netflix because everything's on one network right now. But I like the fact that you're seeing Raw people on SmackDown, SmackDown people on Raw. I like that. It brings back some old nostalgia feeling. But watching Bronson Reed destroy the OG bloodline with Jacob is ridiculous.
I ain't gonna lie. I got
together the championship tag team waiting to happen.
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead now.
I'm sorry, my bad. I was like, when they was looking at each other, and then they would just went ham on everybody. I got some goosebumps. I ain't gonna lie. I was like,
yeah, because Jacob kind of looked at him like, because Jacob kind of looked at him like, oh, like who you with? And then they realized, oh, you with us. All right, bet. It was like a little brief moment where Jacob was like, who you with?
You had to make sure. Right. I was expecting Corey Graves to be like, yo, it was like Godzilla and Kong. I'm looking for some type of commentary comment to that.
That's what you basically got on one team is Godzilla and Kong, and all we got on Roman Reigns' side is Power Rangers.
Thank you. Like Sami Zayn, and now you're going to have to put Seth Rollins in there. And I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it.
So, no, I'm not liking it either, but that's what's going to go down. But I think the OG bloodline at the end of the day is going to walk away with the W. But how did you feel about him reaching out? Nah, Jimmy not turning.
I got Sammy turning.
Yeah, I got Sammy turning. I do. That's who I got turning is Sammy. How do you feel, or what was your thoughts when Roman tried to call the wise man and his number was disconnected?
Oh, that joke was hilarious. His facial expression was hilarious. He dropped the phone and everything. Like he's like he realized like we effed up. We up. I can't. I don't know what words we can't say on this broadcast. But he was like, oh, we effed up.
Right.
I think it told the story that Roman can't always call on Paul Heyman to get you out of these situations. You know what you got to do, but your pride won't let you do it. So instead of the wise man giving you that shortcut, instead of calling him, go there and call this person. Nah, even Jay told you got to make that call, bro. And I ain't talking.
Yeah.
We probably think he talking about the wise man. He talking about Seth.
Yeah, you need to call Seth.
The whole point with the wise man was you dipped after the loss of Cody. You basically ghosted the wise man. He ends up getting jacked up by the new bloodline, and now you want to call him? Nah, my phone number disconnected, bro. Don't call me.
All right, I don't want to get too deep into this because we got the Penguin to get into. But I don't think he ghosted the wise man. Like he told him that, like he came back. Paul came back and said that Roman said he was taking time off. And remember, Paul was the one that removed Roman from the draft, so he didn't ghost him.
Him and Jimmy ain't drafted yet.
Right? No, Roman. No, Roman's not drafted.
Jimmy's not either.
Yeah, but they stayed on SmackDown. But by default, they stayed on SmackDown because they never became free agents.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving on to the show that's in hand.
Before you go one more step, I'm sorry, I just have to say this, and it may sound corny, but I have to give props to B-Fab. B-Fab impressed the hell out of me.
Oh, no doubt. B-Fab did her thing, and you can tell she's been working with people.
I honestly thought she was 2 steps away from getting the we wish you well in your future endeavor. But she actually looked good last night. So big shout out to her. Although all the black people lost yesterday, they had a bad day, but they were still featured.
Yeah, I definitely know Dane Bailey should have won that.
Catch 22. Naomi, Profits, B-Fab, everybody took an L. But at least they was featured. So, it is what it is.
Well, First of all, I want to give shout out to Triple H. I know we got to get into this Penguin show, but I want to give shout out to Triple H for making the women more prominent and let them cook. because the other company is not doing that. You may get one match if you get that for the night, but he is really putting the women out on the forefront more often than they have
They
two women
definitely.
mid card titles, one on the NXT, one coming to SmackDown, and Raw probably going to get one eventually. But I gotta give it to Triple H. Like he is doing right by the women's locker room. So, and
That's
shout
where
like you
you're
said,
bringing the
shout out
butter
to
in
B
right
Fab
now.
because women matches are no longer piss matches. Like remember those are the matches you go, I gotta go pee. let me
I
go
really
let me
think we
go
should have
freshen
another
up let
evolution
me
pay
go
per view.
freshen up my bottle. Right? What you say?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I said I really think they should have another evolution pay per view.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want
You
to.
gotta.
I don't
about
want to be
time.
called evolution, but definitely though. All
And
right,
the thing
moving
is,
on.
see, I'm about to get into it. You don't need Becky Lynch
No, we
Yeah.
don't. But moving on.
Or Charlotte.
or Shell.
uh, ooh, moving on.
Let's
So
go now.
Yeah.
we
Let's go
are
now. Yeah.
we are going to get into this. We are going to get into this show about the Penguin, the HBO series crime drama miniseries known as the Penguin. This show was phenomenal. This show was crazy, and I can't wait to talk about it. All three of us have seen it from the first episode to the very last one, which aired this past Sunday, and oh, it was the ending was heartbreaking. But we're gonna get into that in a minute. And here we go. So the synopsis of The Penguin is a 2024 HBO crime drama miniseries that follows the rise of Oswald Oz Cobb, also known as the Penguin, to power in Gotham City's crime underworld. The series takes place shortly after the events of the 2022 film The Batman. The series stars Colin Farrell as Oz Cobb, Renee Rezenzi Feliz. I'm pronouncing this dude's name completely wrong. He's the one that played Victor, so please forgive me. And Kristen Matelli as Sophia Falcone. The plot of the show is Oz Cobb, also known as the Penguin, seeks to take control of Gotham City's crime world. He teams up with Victor, also dealing with Sophia Falcone, who wants answers about her brother's disappearance. The production of the series was created by Lauren LaFranc, who also served as a writer, showrunner. Craig Zobel is the executive producer and directed the series premiere After Hours. What are you, Jacob Fatu?
Yo, whoever you hit about to cry here, yo.
All right. I'm sorry, Spotify listeners. Y'all can't see, but if y'all watch wrestling, Danny was holding his hands in prayer like he was Jacob Fatu right now. Anyway, but the reception of the show was the critics' praise, the performance, directing, tone, production design, and makeup of the series premiere. Some say that the series is fully realized story, uh, and that the one that plays Sophia Falcone performance is a real joy. So that is the
Good to have her back.
synopsis of the show. Um, what was y'all guys' thoughts on Colin Farrell as the Penguin?
Wait now.
I've actually enjoyed, Colin Farrell's work, from anything that I've seen him in that I can remember. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember every single title of a movie, but I've watched plenty of movies with him in it. He's always been a decent actor to me. I didn't get Irish Colin Farrell because I know his Irish accent is like real heavy normally. He like the New York, or it kind of sounds Bostonian, but that like he dug deep into that New York deep, rich accent. Like if you wouldn't have told me it was Colin Farrell, I wouldn't have known it was Colin Farrell. I would have thought it was somebody else that did, they put some makeup on or whatever, but I would never have thought it was him. So seeing him in the Batman movie, which I call it Twilight Batman. Seeing him in that Batman movie, I liked the movie because of him. I didn't like the Riddler. I didn't like Batman. I did like Catwoman because she was fine, but I didn't like the Batman. I liked the Penguin, and I was happy to hear that they were doing a series about him. just him. And I think he was masterful in this gig. I think he did very damn well. And opposite of him, Sophia, you can't even say enough about the way she pulled that character off.
I went so I at first thought the show was strictly on Max, and I was flicking through channels and came across HBO 2 Sundays ago, 3 Sundays ago, and they were showing all the episodes. They were showing all the episodes of it, and I was like, "Oh, bet!" And I started watching, and I knew Colin Farrell was playing the Penguin. When he was on the Tonight Show, and then when they showed the clip of him, you like you said, you couldn't even recognize him. He changed his voice, kind of gave you that gritty, broke side of New York type of accent, not like really old school New York accent. Because Gotham is supposed to be like the mock of New York City or whatever, and the way he walked, his mannerisms, like everything about him said the Penguin. And I'm glad it was a far cry from what we saw like in the Batman series with Adam West and even the Danny DeVito version of the Penguin. Like, and even Danny DeVito said, like, he said that Colin Farrell took the Penguin to a level that he could never even imagine. Like the way he just brought that character to a whole new level was just phenomenal, and I enjoyed it. And the woman that plays Sophia, dude, like I see her in other stuff, but it's always cool to see people kind of outside their elements. But seeing her play Sophia, I can't see anybody else playing Sophia now. Like, and from what I heard, a lot of the original characters are coming back for the next Batman type of situation that they're doing with that universe, and I like it. I'm for it. I'm game. What's up? What about you, Danny?
I'm just going to make it clear that Colin Farrell's a GOAT. I did watch him growing up the same as I did, and probably you too. The person who plays Sophia Gigante, or Falcone, whichever one we want to call it this time around. A1 actress. I did see in a couple more shows before this, but A1 actress. I'm in the boat with y'all. I don't see nobody else playing these characters. There was a time where Calvin told the story that after he got into his makeup, he walked off the set. Onto the set, and he said hi to somebody, and somebody called security, was like, we got a stranger on the set. He turned around and was like, dude, it's me. It's Colin. And he was like, dude, whoever did your makeup needs an Oscar.
Right.
Nobody recognized you. And his accent gives me, if you ever seen Gangs in New York.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Yeah.
Give me Gangs in New York.
Plus, that Gangs in New York back in the day, deep New York accent.
Yeah, plus with the way Matt Reeves did it, I said it once last time, but Matt Reeves is their Christopher Nolan for this version of Batman. Let him cook with the whole Batman series the way he's doing, because it's ground based. There's not a lot of colors. There's not no Tim Burton. There's not none of that. This is strictly ground based, and it's more relatable to everybody who's seen the Tim Burton ones in the past. So when you look at this one, it's almost as if to say you have to watch the Batman movie in order to understand where it's coming from. Me personally, I thought the Batman was a psychological thriller, in which this is explaining Batman's first 2 years as becoming Batman. He doesn't know how to break it down as Bruce Wayne and Batman yet. So to see him going through his struggles in the movie, trying to figure out the Riddler, and then the meantime you're doing that, you're watching other crime bosses come up and be destroyed at the same time. I think Matt Reeves is playing a game of chess where all the characters he wants to use is in the movie already, but he's picking and choosing when he wants to use them. Like we already know he's set up for Mr. Freeze already. We got a Scarecrow coming, and we already got the Catwoman spin-off coming.
You said that before about the Mr. Freeze, and I get hinting at Victor being Mr. Freeze.
Yeah,
I was kind of looking at Victor being Victor's ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
But I don't know how you pull that off if they killed him. So I don't know how that works.
We don't really see Did we see the body?
I mean, he left the
the
body
body
there.
was he left the body and he threw his
He was
ID in the
unconscious.
water.
Being unconscious, he didn't throw him in the water. He threw the ID in the water.
I said his ID.
Yeah.
I would
So
assume that if you was choking somebody that long with all your strength and might, and somebody's a little bit smaller
I
than
mean,
you,
yeah, I would
I don't
assume that
see
too.
him coming back from that. But y'all could be wrong. I've seen Stranger Things, a Stranger TV show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see him coming back either. But the rule is when it comes to a comic book movie, if you don't see them carry the body off or he get shot in the head,
You
it's a
know,
potential chance he can come back.
you're right. But I
He
look
just
at
choked
him
him
as
out.
being Zaz versus Freeze. But
If he
it's a
comes
fair
back as
game.
Victor
It's a free
Zaz,
for all.
man, I'll give it to you. Because in the comic book, Victor Zaz is like 6'7".
Right. So that's one.
Yeah, so
But
is Victor
also in the comic
Freeze.
books,
Yeah,
Penguin is shorter.
right. So it's a compare and contrast. If you compare it to the books, in which I don't think he wants to, he's taking the MCU's version. I'm taking pieces of the book and making my own story. I
MCU or
really want him
D
to be
or
Poison Ivy.
DC?
So
Huh?
he's saying
You
he's
said
using the MCU
MCU.
formula. He's using
Yeah,
the
you
MCU
know what?
formula.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
so
formula. Like,
say that then, because you say he's taking from the
yeah,
MCU.
right. You're gonna read these books right here, but take out pieces to make your own story. So everybody can be like, oh, I seen this in the book, but why are we doing it like this? It's not meant to be predictable, but if it's predictable, why would you watch the show?
That's
You know what's
true.
gonna happen already.
You can say the same thing about wrestling. Wrestling's predictable, but we still watch it. I think it's still you
Oh,
still want to
absolutely.
see it be played out. You still want
I
to
want
see
to
it
see
be
it play
played
out.
out.
I want to
Like
see if it's
like
gonna
like
play out in my head the way I'm thinking it's gonna play out.
exactly, and see how they actually do it. So I think that would still be the other reason, but I do like the unpredictability of the show and how everything went because this was just great. The speaking of greatness, what did you think about the character of Sophia Falcone Gannett? Whatever, other
Gigante.
uh
Gigante.
Deontay, thank
Gigante.
you.
I'll let you go first, sir.
I think she showed layers and a lot of serious family trauma. Basically, because of the fact that she was a woman who could run up the power. She was pretty much the next one in line after her dad. The brother wasn't going to get it because he was too wild. But she wanted somebody. He wanted somebody to run the business. She got too comfortable in understanding who the hangman was, and when she found out that he killed the mother, everything went downhill after that. I think the character that she played was spot on, and you really got engulfed into her the minute she turned in. She used her mother's name instead of her dad's name. It was like, oh, she really means business. And then she broke down everything. Like, look, I'm throwing all this money on the table. You gonna roll with me? There's plenty more to come from. If you don't want
So
to roll with me, I'm gonna shoot you.
so
But she never did the killing.
for me, no, she didn't. For me, it was the psychological levels that she went through. Like she was in an asylum because Oz set her up after he killed her mother. Um, she hated her father. The fact that she gassed her entire family.
Crazy.
She gassed her entire family. And then went to the hospital to go check. It was like her niece or
It was her
somebody.
niece. It was her
Yeah,
niece.
to go check on her niece and explain to her that they was like, no, they were bad people and what happened to them needed to happen to them. Like that is crazy. That is
That's
new
because you don't
levels,
think about it. You don't have no. You reckless right now. You don't care.
right? But that's what I'm saying. Like that's new levels of crazy, yo. That's new levels of reckless. That's the true version of crashing out, yo.
But it wasn't reckless technically. So my take on her was, to me, out of anybody's technically origin stories that we've seen in the superhero world, that was a perfect origin story. You took a perfect normal person, you locked them up in an insane asylum because they confronted you about something or didn't do something you liked or whatever the reason was. I forgot exactly what the reason was, but I think it was something that she kind of figured out what happened with her mom, and then her pops said, "All right, now you got to go because you about to mess up stuff." But you turned her into this, put her in
Mm-hmm.
it, not just us, the father. You know, eyes turned on her for his own gain. It was the father. It was the family.
Yeah,
Then your family testifies against you, and everybody basically sided with your pops against you. You were the nicest one out of the whole family, and they turned you into the hangman. Even though you weren't the hangman, you was in there long enough to believe I am the hangman. So when I get out of here, I'm getting at everybody that put me in. So
they,
even if her brother was there, I still think some kind of way she'd have found a way to get rid of all of them. Because
yeah,
I don't think she would. I don't think she would have did her brother like that.
she would
He
have did
was
a
the only
brother,
one
but
coming
the
up there
rest
to
of them,
see him.
she would have did a brother. He was the only one that cared about it. But the rest of them, they was out of there.
Yeah, yeah. It's just the fact that when they opened up the folder and everybody had the testifying letters, I was like, bro, this is your whole damn family. Even
The
the
whole
in
family.
laws, the in laws wrote against you. Like, well, what are we
So
doing?
when she went to see the little girl and she realized, oh, she about to go through the same thing I went through, she like, you know what? I ain't lying to her. I'm gonna tell you straight up. The people
Yeah,
was horrible. They had to go. That's what
right.
happened. Now, basically, you can accept that and understand it, or you can be mad about it. And it looked like Shorty, they cried and they had their little moment. Shorty understood. Hey, they had to go. So you ain't gonna grow up not knowing why they gone or why I did what I did. They had to go.
right.
And you basically gave her a clean slate when you burned down the whole house.
She's
Yo,
like, I'm
You
hold
giving
gave
you
her a
on.
basically,
clean
you're
slate.
let you have your life to yourself. Because if you just grew up
Yeah,
with them, you'd have been just like me.
But first of
she
all,
is the.
the moves Sophia was making overall was crazy. Like when she was
She
dealing
moved
with
like
the
her dad
psychiatry.
was.
Yeah, but she was on different levels with it. Like she convinced the triads that her father was like on his way out, and the triads was loyal to his father. And we're gonna talk about the triads in a minute, and all the other gangs in a minute. um, but she convinced people that she was gonna be the next big thing.
Right.
And
Like
technically
my
she
fault.
was.
Right, said technically she was. You're absolutely right. Do you think it was wrong for her to trust Oz?
No. I'm gonna tell you why. She was like everybody else when it came to us. She looked at him as only seen as the chauffeur. It's the ones you don't pay attention to that's the first ones that's going to take you out because they want you to see them and you don't see them for who they are.
And remember,
Um,
his mother told her that. His mother told her in the episode when they was after she kidnapped her
right.
or
You did
whatever,
it.
and she was like, he's smarter than you. He's
Yeah.
always been steps ahead of you. He's like he's been learning. He knows more about this than you will ever know.
Yeah. Like, it's like they both was created, but they were still polar opposites. Her family
Right.
created her, but her family also created him. But because of his disability and who he was not, he was the underdog in every situation. So he used that anger. First of all, if you picked on him, he was going to crash out.
Yeah,
If you picked on him, it was a wrap for you, no matter what you did. Shout out to his brothers. But
like
yeah,
yo, he killed his own brothers. Like real talk,
yeah,
and then went
and,
home. Then went home to mom's and watched a
And
movie
watch
with her.
TV like it was nothing. Like it didn't
that's
even
one
matter.
word. And watch the rain come down. Like, yeah, it
Yeah,
is
I'm
what it
getting
is.
it. It's what it is. It's whatever.
Yeah, he's a person who's been bullied and knows for a fact that okay, yeah, my brothers is here. She's gonna pay more attention to them because they can get up and go faster than me. They can do things better than me. But because of my disability, I really don't want to go outside because I don't want to get picked on and crash out with some of these people.
Right.
So give me my attention when I'm in the house. But you didn't want to do that. So I got to crash out on my brothers. They shouldn't have played that
But
prank with him in the first place.
it's just me and you. We don't need the rest of it. We good.
Yeah. But the fact that she knew, like, bruh, you should have sent your son away.
Yeah.
Well,
But
she
you
had the
kept him
choice.
around,
She
so
had the
you were
choice.
also
She
his
had the choice
problem.
to get him capped. It was either
Yeah.
cap him or let him, cultivate him. Like old dude said, you can either get rid of him. We'll do that. We'll take care of it. Or you
And that's the
cultivate him
crazy
and show him what to do.
like when they came out, I want to say it was the last episode or the episode before the last one, but either way, when it came out that his mother actually was going to get him set up to be killed, for killing his brothers, I was like, who's the colder one out of the two?
Him still.
You can't blame him. You can't blame him for the fact that she never liked you in the beginning.
What are you talking about? She loved all three of her sons.
She loved all three of her sons, but
she loved all three of them, but the two brothers courted the most.
Nah, I'm gonna disagree with you on that.
Reason being,
I don't.
She gave.
Remember when she?
No, she gave. She even told him. No, Danny, I'm gonna disagree with. Like, I'm about to go against you on this, yo, because she told him when he realized that she knew, and she told him. She said, I loved all three of y'all. I had enough love for all three of y'all, but you wanted me to yourself. She said it.
Yeah, but she said it, but that wasn't her actions. Because
that was her actions.
Listen. Remember when she was running the numbers for the dude? And he came over there and was like, Mom, let's take a time out, come play this game with me for a little while. She was like, nah, I don't want to play no game with you. We good. Go sit over there and do what you do.
She was working.
But as soon as the brothers came in and started playing with her, she stopped everything she was doing to go play with them.
Now
and all of them sitting over there on the couch like, I just asked you the same thing 5 minutes ago.
The reason probably why is probably because they didn't get too deep into that context about all of that. I'm constantly giving you attention, sir. Right now, I need to work. I'm always with you. You're always here because you ain't going outside. Stay outside. You're always in here up under me. So no, I don't want to play like right now.
She didn't lead off with that. So to his mind,
and she really didn't even play with them when they came in and they was doing whatever they was doing. She didn't play with them, and then she told them to stop and go outside. She said, "Go take this to Mr. What's-his-name. Oz, go with your brothers. Mine, I don't want to go. Oz, go outside with your brothers." She made him go outside.
I got to work. I got stuff to do. Go out, leave me alone. I need to get my time.
Right.
But I'm saying when they came back in and they was talking about monster, she jumped up was like, monster. And then Oz was on the couch like, what's up? And then that's when she was like, all right, take these books over there to him. Oz, go with him. Oz already seen that, like, bro, okay, it's them over me. Even though you don't see it, portray it like that. But how I'm looking at it, I just asked you the same thing. Granted, I'm with you every day, but I see you're tired. Come play with me for a little while and then go back to work. No, I'm tired. As soon as the brothers came in, I'm like, no, bro. You lucky I didn't push you in the well.
But I'm sure all of us, or I'm sure, I'm almost positive, I could be wrong, but all of us on here got multiple kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to figure out a way to make sure all your kids got the same type of love, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, Danny said the two of us, you gonna figure out to make sure this one don't feel like they unloved and that one feel like.
So what you saying is, Danny? So what you saying is that your kids don't get equal love from you, yo?
No.
They don't.
Basically, you have
that's crazy.
An evil villain in the making.
So that means that you favor one kid more than the other.
No, I have to love them differently.
Right, but we're not saying that. But we're saying, do you love your kids equally, not differently? I know you can't love Danny the same way you love Victoria. It's the same thing with me and my three of mine. I can't treat Kevin, Damon, and Nevaeh the same way. I can't treat them the same way. But I love my kids equally. I don't love one more than the other.
Yeah, you're right. It depends on which one pissed me off that day. One of y'all going in your room, other one go play.
There you go. All right, I'm with you on that.
She loved all three of her children. She dealt with them in different ways. She had to deal with Oz in a different way because of Oz's deformity and handicap. She couldn't deal with him the same way she dealt with the other two.
Hello, Miss Shirley.
More attention because of that.
Right.
I can't give you all of my attention, sir. I can give you a little bit, or let me finish doing what I'm doing, and then we can play the game. I can't give you everything I got.
Shout out to Shirley for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, Shirley. We appreciate it.
So what you decided to do was get rid of the other two, so now I can only focus on you.
Right.
He was a psychopath. The kid
and then him doing that sent his mother into a gauge of depression. Sent her to a depression, and then when she found out, that's when she plotted to get him killed.
But even as a grown person, even when she said, "I know," you're still acting like you didn't do it.
Right?
He was buried for so long.
All right, so Ms. Boy says there's always a favorite, even when it's unspoken. I disagree with you. I do not have a favorite child. I don't.
You
None.
can't
I do
say it
not.
now. As Danny alluded to, you probably don't say it, but your actions say
Your
something
actions
different.
speak. For instance,
If you
Dan
if
I
got in
will
you
trouble.
probably say. I will say that I'm probably closer to one of my sons, to one of my children than the other two. But he's not my favorite child. It's just that he and I are closer because we act alike. And there's a lot of
I,
things. It's a lot of things that he's gone through or experienced that I've experienced that my oldest son never experienced. So that's why me and my middle son were probably closer because I know how he
You
feels
got an
about certain
oddball too.
times. Say what?
You got your somewhere in there.
Nah. And what it the
I
moderator
don't think you have
talking
it.
about lies. She's talking about she's calling. She
Right.
said I'm lying.
We know you
Oh,
Anyway,
lying.
right. So
no,
they
she's talking
see it.
about me,
We
Yes,
know.
she sees it. She
but
sees
I'm
it.
not lying.
You.
She
Of
know I'm
course,
not lying.
in your mind, you're saying I don't have a favorite, but your actions is probably saying different.
Nah, I disagree with that.
I can tell
Because
you right now.
I seen parents that blatantly got a favorite child.
But here's the thing: you may not see it that way. But ask your children, line them up and ask them, do you think I got a favorite? Do you think I treat one of y'all better than I treat
They're
the
gonna
other
say
one?
yeah.
Somebody gonna say yes.
Right. The oldest one has it more harder than the youngest one.
Always, absolutely. That's how I
Always.
feel.
Yeah,
I feel
always.
like
And you
my
can
That
my
no,
kids,
always
that
my
no,
like
kids
that I agree with.
didn't get
That
you
I
can
agree with.
always
none of the stuff I got.
one thing somebody Dan did something and he know back in the day I gave him hell for it. That a couple years later, I think he did the same thing. And I was like, all right, man, whatever, go on your room. He was like, what? What?
Right. You be waiting for discipline to come down. I'm like, oh,
Hey,
I know the
wait.
smack down
Yeah,
coming. I know it's coming. And they were like, oh, you got
yeah.
off. You gonna let that slide?
And he'll check me, be like, yo, it can't be me. Take you
Yo,
straight to your
so
and that was me.
but either way though, that whole dynamic between mother and son with the penguin and his mother was crazy. Like it was just
Yeah, they
They
were they
crazy.
were each other's worst enemy.
yeah, but he loved her.
His obsession
We
is he
Like
got an
know.
obsession with his mother. He got an old girl dressing up and acting like his mother. He had just a
yeah,
weird obsession.
yeah, he has a
Yeah,
very weird
his
obsession
obsession
with
was
his
more
mother.
like Cuba Gooding in that movie.
See what?
It was a movie that Cuba Gooding was in, just like that. He had an obsession with this old lady, and then like she would just took it to the
Yeah,
movies
but
and
what?
everything. She was like
Yeah,
85,
but
and he
was it
was like
his?
27.
But was it
Uh,
his mother? Was it his mother?
Either way you look at it, it's wrong.
Yeah, but there's an actual and Miss Voorhees, if you can look this up for us, there's an actual clinical diagnosed sickness
Oedipus
for
complex.
people. Huh?
Oedipus complex.
Yeah, out of this complex. These are people like men that are in love with their mother. Yeah, like dead A. They are in love with their mother. Like one is relations and everything with them.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
I can't remember the name of it. Thank you now for that. But yeah, the Oedipus complex is very real. And I think
Yeah, I did
Oswald
look.
had a touch. Yeah, yeah, I think Oswald had a touch of that.
I never look at
Very
Adam and
much so.
Donuts the same ever again.
Say what?
I never Adam and Donuts the same ever again.
Shut up, yo. I'm
I
actually
can't.
mad I asked you to repeat that. I'm actually mad I asked you to repeat that. All
And
right.
I would never say it again.
So what did y'all think about the pace and the structure of the show? For me, I thought it was great. It took its time. It told a good story. It gave you really good character development. You know, like they, even though it, like normally in a miniseries they kind of rush through stuff, but the pacing, something like I wish wrestling was like this. Like, tell the story. You know what I mean?
It was like
they,
that. WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, wrestling was like that. The whole bloodline thing has been like that.
Right.
But I
This
feel
was
like
right,
you
this
but
was
know,
6 years story.
right, but I mean, this, but the pacing and the structure was just beautiful with this man. Like, it gave you really good backdrop. It gave you really good background on people, and it also made you wonder, like, like especially with Vic. What if Vic would have got on that bus with his
Yeah,
He got
girl?
yeah.
on that bus in retrospect. He should have left.
Huh?
He said, in retrospect, he should have got on that bus.
He should. In retrospect, he should. But I guess he felt like going with her. It wouldn't have did anything for him. Being with Oz gave him purpose.
It's a lot of purpose. Mm.
Shut up.
But to
I'm
answer
just
your
saying.
question, I felt like the pace and the structure of the show was phenomenal. I think this was the perfect home for this show, HBO, because they do great shows in that way. That The Sopranos, The Wire,
Yeah,
Oz, things of that nature. They let things run its course. They don't rush it. They they put it in the perfect pace and the perfect setting and everything in perfect sequence as it's supposed to go. And this was like, even though it's supposed to be a background story of a comic book character, this felt like a normal gangster TV show that I would normally watch.
Yeah,
Like
it did.
I forgot about Batman. That's how good the show was. I wasn't even thinking about it. Most times we see something, we looking for the superhero to come in. I didn't. Okay, they put the bat signal up at the end of the joint. I'm like, oh yeah, Batman is a part of
right.
this.
But
I
Right.
forgot about Batman.
I think that's what Matt Reeves wanted. Like he wanted the attention to be solely on the Penguin from the ground level up. His mental, who he had to run with, who he took down in order to get to where he is right now, to get that famous comic book picture of him in the suit with the top hat. You pretty much see him go for the rise of power till he's about to become the mayor probably in the Batman movie, which
Like
is
I
going to be
mean, he
fire.
was like when he got to the penthouse with his mother, even though she was completely she's a vegetable now from her stroke. Um, I'm sorry, in a vegetative state from her stroke.
I couldn't even watch
Um,
that part.
that I was just waiting for him to go top of the world, ma. We on top of the world,
Top of the
you know.
world.
Right? I was wait. And part of me really wanted to hear that line from him. Um, but no, like it was so much with it that I loved. And like you said, and Danny said it. Danny said it like when the show first started. He said, "If you like The Sopranos,
Mm-hmm.
this is the show." And when I started watching it, yeah, like, and I felt like if you're gonna do the rest of the series, it needs to be on HBO because
Exactly.
Yeah,
you'll have that freedom. You'll have that freedom to go as dark as you have to. And the Penguin went dark.
because now you got to think about it. The structure is you got to figure out how Sophia's going to get out of the jail. Now she's going to have to redo her whole compound,
But remember,
and
she
that's
got a
where she
letter
got.
from her sister. She
She
got
got
a
a
letter
half
from her
sister,
sister.
So
which is
Catwoman
Catwoman.
comes back. She comes back in some kind of way, incorporated back in this, and it better be the same person. It better not be a
It,
different
it,
bad boy.
it got to be Zoe. It got to be Zoe.
So, from what I read online,
Talk to me.
what I read online is that Colin Farrell is locked in for the Penguin. The one that plays Sophia is locked in to come back as Sophia. And I think Zoe Kravitz is locked in for Catwoman. And there's a couple other people that they said was locked in that was previously there.
Because it's a
So,
perfect formula for them. They have to have connectivity. If you keep changing out these characters, the relationship is gone.
which
Right.
DC is known for doing. But I
Right?
like the
Think about
fact
how many
that
Supermans we had. How many Supermans we had over the past 10 years?
and we got a new one now.
Right.
Oh, it's about
And
10
then look
years
at
and
how many
over
Captain
a
Americas have
lifetime.
been. How long did it take us to get a black Captain America? Almost
I
20
mean,
years.
if we're going by the comic book stature,
No, no, no,
outside
no,
of the
no, no.
original,
In the
outside of
MCU.
the original,
In the
outside of the
MCU.
original, the black one from Baltimore, the black one from Baltimore,
Right.
it's right on time for us to have the black Captain America. I don't
Right.
appreciate they putting my man Anthony Mackie in a mask though. Like why Anthony Mackie got to be in a mask all of a sudden? But that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
That's another
Ooh, you
podcast
don't
show.
want to see no black Captain America for real?
Yeah, I like the
What?
pace of the show and the structure of it. It gave me each episode was a time to build up one person, but at the same time they wasn't stingy. He tossed the energy over to Vic. Then he tossed the
Yeah,
energy over to Sophia. But your main focus, even when it went to Sophia, it was how we gonna get the penguin. If it went to Vic, it was how am I gonna help the penguin. When we went to the cops, it was like how we gonna stop Sophia and then try to get the penguin. Either way, each equation, the answer was the
But
penguin.
hold on. The cops ain't know about the penguin yet.
No, yet they not what he was doing, but when they pulled him over when he was downtown, it was like, you Falcone chauffeur, right? And he was like, well, I was, you know.
Right.
You know what?
They know of him, but they don't know what he's doing, like right under
Right,
your
they
feet.
don't know. They don't know how in depth it is about a lot of. They
First
think
of
about the
all,
Falcones and the Maronis. That's all they know about.
right.
Yeah.
And then oh man, yo, when he took out Maroney's wife and her
Well,
son,
she had it coming. You
Yeah.
messed up the program, man. I had this thing
yeah,
on lock. You messed up the program.
yeah,
The
because
petty part was when he told the husband, you know, how she smelled.
yeah,
I can smell the sofa, the air.
y'all was like she must have had a whole lot of product in her head because that smell. I was like, yo, he is cold, yo. This is a cold dude, yo.
What are you talking about? When you've been cracked on all your life, the least thing somebody can like, Kev, come on. When we've been cracked on for the most part, somebody call you a fat ass. That's the least worst of your. That's the least of your
You be
worries.
like,
Right.
okay, like
You
I
be
done
like,
heard this
no,
a
it's
couple
something
of times.
different.
Tell me something I
Yeah,
don't know, fam. Like
Tell me
I can
something
look in the
about that.
mirror and see.
You
I
black
know.
bastard. That is true.
right.
I was birthed out of wedlock. I was
Then you
birthed
go
out of wedlock. So
Me too.
you hit him with the Eminem Green Mile. I give you everything you gonna say about me. Now what? What's up?
right. Did you say
They come
Green
back
Mile
with,
or
I
Eight
hope you
Mile,
do the
yo?
same.
8 Mile. Should be 8 Mile.
Hold on, you
You know I
said
was about
Green
that.
Mile.
Yes.
My man said I'm
It
gonna
was
do the
not.
Eminem Green Mile. I was like,
No,
no,
because you
that's
got to think about it. Anthony Mackie came from 8 Mile, but he had to walk that Green Mile in order to get to where he is today. I got
shut
you.
up.
There we go.
No, yo, no,
There
the
we go.
green, no, you don't walk a Green Mile to get to where you gotta go to. The Green Mile is no, the Green Mile is the walk you take is your last walk. So I'm gonna need you to stop.
Well, in this perspective, he went down the witch's road.
Yes.
All right, I'll give you
Down,
that one.
down the road. Down the
So,
road.
nah,
That
I
was
want to ask
straight
you a
I'm not
question,
old
gonna
right?
lie.
time.
I'm not gonna lie. Now I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised that you watched Agatha all along when we did the show last week.
Yo,
Like, I did
I
not even
am
think you
a
was
I'm
into
a
that.
avid Marvel person. I'm going to watch every spin-off show. I was on the Netflix joint that I was mad that they canceled all of them joints. I'm into
Oh
these
yeah, I
joints,
was
bro.
there. I was there. But you know they're trying to bring up those characters, those actors
They need
back.
to. I need
They
It'll
all the
already
be
signed.
originals. All of them.
yeah.
No, but the
So
thing about it, I want to ask you a question before we get to the next question. Nah, I don't know if Kansas City didn't see Agatha all along, but nah, which death hit you the most? The death of Vic or the death of Julia when she died on the Wizard of Oz episode? Because they both was very emotional.
Vic, because Vic really okay. Granted,
ironically,
like
hold on now, hold on now, hold on. I'm sorry.
what,
Ironically, that was going to lead into my next. You actually just segue into the next question. What was the emotional ending / setup? So you
Mm.
kind of just went into that.
Oh snap!
Victor's demise was very hard to accept because you rooted for it. First of all, you felt that man was getting picked on. The man was kind of like the lackey in his little clique. He got caught up by Penguin. He was always the one that ain't the strongest to get caught doing something crazy. And then all right,
Right.
Penguin took him under his wing, brought him in. He looked out for the man. He looked out for the man multiple times. Say that man from death multiple times.
Right.
It would not have ended the way it ended if Vic didn't come through for him again at the end. And y'all make it. You get to your climax. You took care of everybody that was against you. And then you kill me. Like,
Yeah. I
sir,
think.
you could have just let me walk. You could have told me get out of town. You could have told me get lost. You could have did some other stuff. You ain't had to kill that boy.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with
Although
that
I
is
knew it was coming.
Penguin,
You ain't had to kill
Penguin
that boy.
couldn't trust him. Penguin. It wasn't the fact that Penguin couldn't trust him. It was the fact that you know too much.
It wasn't. No. I
I
disagree
didn't
with you,
look at it that
yo.
way. I don't think
But
it
it's
was. I
like
don't think it's that he knew too much.
he
I
can't
think
let too
Penguin
many people
actually.
get close to him anymore
I
because
think
now he
Penguin
sees it
actually
as a
cared
weakness.
about him when he
I
realized what
disagree
happened
with
with his
you.
mother. When he realized
I
they can get to
disagree
his
with you.
mother, and that was his weakness. Vic is now a weakness. He got to go.
It's the
But
witches.
Vic wasn't right, but Vic wasn't the one that got them to his mother. And when he finds out it was the girl,
Oh, she's dead.
he's gonna completely crash out on her. But the
She's
thing
dead, bro.
is, Victor would have never. Victor, love you. Talking to my son. Shut up.
Okay. I mean,
my
be good.
son's leaving, and I said I love you, and I ain't want y'all guys. Don't get me wrong, I do love y'all, but I ain't want y'all to be like, oh, okay, he just went left on us. So
We saw your head turn. We saw you love
We saw
somebody.
your head turn, bro.
okay, all right. So back to the
Unless you be
conversation.
going, yeah, they'll be all right.
All right. So, but Vic was loyal. Vic
Yeah.
was loyal to him. Vic would have did anything Cobb asked him to. Yeah, he was his tribal chief. You're
Yes, he
absolutely
was.
right.
Yes, he
But
was.
he was. He
that in
was.
itself should be a lesson to people in general. You have to. Okay, I understand being loyal, but sometimes you can be loyal to a fault. You can follow somebody, and you can be loyal to that person. And you can give them everything you got, and at the end of the day, it's going to be about that person's survival, and they're going to kill you.
Yeah.
You should
I
look
don't
out for
think
yourself.
Vic was not reading the room, bro. Because the first time he drew the gun on him, you should have been like, oh yeah,
That's a wrap.
yeah. Something wrong. If he willing to do this for his mother, imagine what he would do if you got too close. Anybody that get too close to him now, he's going off. He can't take that chance. Like I'm honestly, when he's going to get that letter that's saying that Shorty told him where the mother was, he's going to realize she is not his mother. He's going to crash out.
Well, he know that's not his mother,
He knows
but
about his mother. He needed her to pretend to be, so he can like have somebody to talk to
right. That's why.
whenever
That's
he
why
needs.
he was like, "Tell me that you proud of me. Like, tell me that you you love me and you proud of me.
She can't tell him
Because if you
because he told
realize
Vic
she had
he
the
needs
same,
somebody.
she had this
The
right. She had
same
the same
background.
exact outfit on that the night that he was supposed to get boxed by her. So,
Boxing boy.
um, I think the best setup out the entire show was when he got Sophia.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
when he got Sophia in that last episode when she thought, okay, this is it, I'm about to die. And the
He
cops
knew.
just rained in on her.
He knew her worst thing. The worst thing you can do for her, if not death, is put it
Yeah,
back in. Is put it back in
Put it
Arkham.
back in Arkham.
Yeah.
yeah.
And the setup was so perfect, bro. Because I really thought he was gonna shoot her,
I did
and then I
too. I
realized, like,
thought
oh, he's way smarter than her. Like she's Mother Sandler. You can't beat him.
yeah, when he said turn around, she turned around. She took one last look at that beautiful scenery, the bridge in the background. Took a look at Gotham City for one last time. She took a deep breath, closed her eyes,
And the
and all you heard
flashlight
was
came on.
helicopters. Right, helicopter light came on.
See, the thing
Bro,
with
she was in
Sophia
shock.
was
The minute they put the
when
cuffs on her,
Sophia
she was like, "No, don't do that. Go to kill me. Please go kill me. Just kill me."
Sophia killed her family. First of all, she thought about. I don't know how long she thought about how she was going to take him out. I felt like she thought about that joint overnight. Like she just went in there one night. She said, "You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and turn the gas on while these niggas sleep and kill her today." Now I don't know if that was the case. However, with Oz, I felt like you took too long to get your revenge, man. You want a monologue. You want to dig deep into the man's past. You want his mother to just shoot the man. You had him. Just kill him.
It's his pride. He has to let you know. It's like when you get a beat when you little. Your mother's gonna beat you and talk to you at the same time.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk
Yeah.
me to death. Just beat me.
So
Let me get it over with.
I agree with you. But it's always like that.
It's his pride
We
that got in the
see
way.
no, we seen it in cartoons. We see it in every James Bond movie where the supervillain has to explain to you how they're going to take over the world, and you just go
Mhm.
ahead, just kill the hero and just do what you got
Just
to
do
do,
it.
yo.
Just go ahead
It's
and do it.
always your
Don't
downfall because you want to run your mouth.
don't give
So
me time to figure out how to get out.
right,
Tell your mother. Tell your mother what you did. Tell her.
He
and
be
the
like,
thing
you know
about
what?
Oswald was a talker. Like he was
Yeah.
he knew how to talk. So my
He was
other
gonna keep talking
setup,
until he figured his way out.
He was
my
like,
other
Cam,
favorite
you
setup,
know
my
what he
other
said?
favorite setup,
But you got
my
me.
other yo, I'm gonna hurt you. My other favorite setup was when God dang it, Danny made me lose my train of thought, yo.
That
Was
ain't my
when
fault.
the other crime bosses. When
When
the
Vic
other
got
crime
loose on him,
bosses, yeah. When somehow Vic convinced the other underlings to pop they bosses.
sure.
Because when that dude from the I ain't gonna front, and I like the that's another thing we gotta mention. The
The
misdirection
misdirection.
of this show was perfect because the scene when the dude from the triads called Vic was like, "Yo, where you at? Like, where you at right now?" Because they looking for Oswald, and I was like, "Is he with him or is he against him?" Because I feel like
Right.
but it took me a second because even though it happened in that same episode when Vic was fussing at him, talking about, "Yo, this is what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna abandon him, blah, 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 blah." And he walked over and punched him in the stomach. And he said whatever he said to him about sometimes you need to learn how to be quiet to save your life.
Yeah, your
And I
place, yeah.
realized, yeah, and I realized he saved his life. But why?
Yeah,
Why did he save Vic's life? And
because
that's
that was their
and
plan
then
all along.
yeah, that was their plan all along.
Yeah, think about it, bro. Because in real life, you don't mess with the Yakuza nor the Triad, dude. And you're a dude from Crown Point, technically Jersey, and
Right.
that's not happening. We gonna get that out of the way right now because everybody don't agree with me. But in the books, Metropolis is New York, Gotham is New Jersey.
Hey.
It
No,
ain't.
I disagree with you on that,
I
yo.
disagree with it, but when I looked it up, it was like, yo, Gotham is New Jersey because pretty much it's
I
around
don't.
the border. I was
No,
like,
I
it don't
feel
feel
like
like it gives me New
Metropolis.
York vibe. It
I
gives me
feel like
Staten Island.
Metropolis. No, I feel like Metropolis is more like Chicago, and Gotham City is like New York.
All
Yes,
that's
that's
in
how
New
I
York.
always viewed it. That's how I always saw it.
Yeah, because and if you look, Metropolis doesn't have that bridge that's
Right,
in Gotham.
You also have to
right.
remember Kansas and Illinois are like right next to each other, and he was
Yeah,
always going from Smallville to Metropolis with these. So I feel like that's where
so
Metropolis was Chicago,
so
and Gotham was
Metropolis
New
could have been
York.
Chicago or Indianapolis because Kansas
It
is
didn't
right there
make
by
sense.
both of
I
them.
was just going about what everybody was talking about in the books. I was like, but it don't make sense. But at the same time, I wouldn't put it past.
So, but
I mean,
nah,
Jersey is bad. Don't get me wrong, it's bad, but I wouldn't give it Gotham bad. Don't do that to us. Don't do that to us.
my man said, "Don't do that to us." Nah, but I love the show. I love the setup. I love but I know y'all felt like it
You
had
started
to
to sound
happen to
like Vic.
Vic. Yeah, like I just can't get over it. Like I was up until that point, I loved the show. Up until that, I think that's the only time out the entire series when I watched it, I was like my heart dropped. Like my
Right?
heart legit dropped because it was like, yo,
Let's be honest.
you didn't have to do this.
He waited every other episode, every two episodes to give you a punch in the face. The first one when he
Here,
killed the brother. When he killed the brother.
yeah,
The other one was when she killed the whole family. That was a slow burn.
that was yeah.
The other one was when
They killed
um
the
he killed
Maroney
the Marone.
joint.
Two episodes later, the mom stabbed him in the stomach. And then to finish it off, you put Vic in the Anaconda Vice.
Shut up, yo.
It was him to CM Punk. But you know what? It was a reality check because in shows like this, and it's crazy how society is and America is. We root for the bad guys. Penguin. The show is about the Penguin. He's technically a bad guy. We're rooting for him the whole daggone show. We want him to succeed. We need him to become the Penguin and be on top. We need him to win, and he
Until
did.
he
He
did
won,
that.
and then you be like, oh snap, he is the bad guy. He
But
killed.
you know
He
what
is
though?
really. He's still a bad guy.
I think that's because we come from a culture, and I remember 50 Cent said this in one of his songs. 50 said he turns the movie off because the bad guys always die. What's up,
Right.
Will? What's going on, Will? Thank you for chiming in. We appreciate you, brother. We're talking about the
Yeah,
Penguin
well,
TV miniseries. But like I think for us, as like you said, society, we're not supposed to root for the bad guy, but deep down inside, it's a bad guy in all of us. So you kind of want to see the bad guy kind
yeah,
of win a little bit, you
it's the
know.
penguin in all of us, bro.
I don't know about a penguin, but
Just the penguin. Just the penguin. People don't push for
nah,
it anymore because you know how you're gonna look in society. But everybody has a piece of the penguin in them. Like for instance, if somebody would say something about your mother or put their hands on your mother, you're gonna crash out.
that's because I'm black.
It don't matter. That's your penguin.
Well, black people are always villains. Let America tell you.
We always villains, and to see that situation happen in real life, you was like, bro, I get that. I lived in the poor neighborhood.
But I don't
Really
think
don't
I don't.
cops really don't come around. I lived in East Baltimore in the project, bro. All that was Crown Point to me.
I grew up in West Baltimore near White Lock, so that was the what was the broke part of town? They had to go get the lights turned back on.
Crown Point.
Crown Point.
Yeah, so yeah,
Everybody lived in the Crown Point.
And I actually did have to get my lights turned on the exact same way. I know exactly what he's talking about.
And
Yes,
my water.
right. We was running wires and other people's joints. Yes, I know what it is. We
Like,
yes, I
as a
agree.
matter of fact,
Everybody has a bit of the penguin in them. Everybody has that. Most of us have that origin story of being at the bottom. Everybody wasn't born in the 1% and being on top. People had to
yeah,
scratch and
everybody,
claw to
and,
make their way out.
and you're absolutely right about that. Um,
but the key
so
part of that question is my fault. Is everybody has a penguin in them, but how far would you go to rise to the top?
mm,
Because a lot of people gonna cut it off because they're afraid of what people gonna say about them. But if you really about that life, you really don't care because you'd have been through the worst of the worst. So what more can you do to me?
I
That's the
don't
reason
know,
why when
but
he killing his mother, she's technically in a vegetative state. Once she goes, there's
Right.
nobody to hold him back.
And
He already
he
killed
got
Vic.
rid of Vic because Vic was getting to
Yeah,
him. So I gotta get. I can't take you with me to this next level. I can't have anybody having a weakness over me, which basically means you got to go.
you gotta go. And the fact of the matter is, the key points was all around Vic the whole time. But he was so loyal, he was blinded by the fact of everything else. And this dude literally ran from the whole basement when the bomb blew up. And the guy was like, "What's that you running from?" Didn't even tell him it was a bomb run. He just cared about himself.
Right. He knew what he
no,
was.
he told him to run. No,
He
I
told
he
him
didn't
to
hear
told
that.
him
run.
to
That dude
run.
ducked out. I ain't hear him say run nothing.
I
That
didn't hear
dude
that.
ducked out.
I thought
I
he
know
said run.
the guy was like, "What's going on, Penguin?" He just took off.
And he knew exactly where to
So
go.
if you remember,
Yeah.
nobody called him Pink. I mean, like a couple people did. And he got
Oz.
agitated by that. Yeah, they called
Yeah.
him Oz. So let me ask y'all this: like, what was your favorite episode?
Oh man.
Ooh. Let's see.
Oh man.
Favorite episode would have to.
He
I'm
gave
gonna
me a
be
headache.
honest with you. It's gonna have to be Sophia
The
taking out
last
her
one.
whole family.
Okay.
Taking out your family in their sleep with no weapons. You have to use a gun on nobody other than the one dude, and you saved him just to pop him later, which is crazy to me. You just killed him with everybody else, but you took out a whole entire crime family in one night
Let's
in
not
their
forget the
sleep.
fact that they know you did it, but they can't prove it.
Ain't right.
Nope.
They know you did.
Because
They know
even the commissioner or the chief of police, whoever that dude was that was crooked as all hell, was baffled. Like, how did your entire family die, and not you?
Like in my
You
head,
remember?
I'm thinking, okay, she gonna definitely get at the uncle because she want to be in charge. But it never dawned on me. She killing everybody in this
But did
house.
you realize he's supposed to be at the dinner?
See what?
Yeah.
The commissioner was supposed to be at the dinner.
Yeah, he was.
So everybody was working for Falcone. They was like, "I'm surprised you wasn't at the dinner." Oh, I had something to do. I'm happy I didn't come. I'm like,
Right. You got by, sir. But you still on
yeah,
the list.
Right.
that's what he turned it on him.
That's
Like, so
why.
do you know who did
That's
it?
that's why he had that big old smile on his face when he got the arrested at the end of the episode, at the end of the series,
Mm-hmm.
because he was there. He
Mine
was
was the
cheesy.
last episode. I like the last episode the best because to me it was a chess match. The who outsmarted who, and she really thought she was getting away scot free this whole time, and then turn around on you like the worst thing about you, what I can do to you is put you back where you came from.
But
Yeah,
To
ironically,
me,
she
that
didn't
was
want none of it. She didn't want
huh?
I'm
any of
gonna
that
have
for real.
to.
She just wanted to get rid of all of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
And
agree with you on that one, Danny. Because and I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. That was probably my favorite episode too, just
it
because
was
of all
strategically
of
planned.
because of all of the mind games that was played. And like Nas said, she didn't want it. She really didn't want it. That's why she was willing to get everything up just to get Oz's head on a platter. She burnt down the house, all her father's stuff. Like
Gave away
she didn't
everything,
want it.
all the stuff she didn't want because you took away her brother. That was the only thing that she cared about.
But then
Right.
you realize her problem was she couldn't just walk away. You knew who had him, but you put everything on the line to catch this guy. But you didn't pay attention to the warning that Oz been around you since you was a little kid. He knows the in and out, so you can't touch him. When his mother told you, he's way smarter than you.
But at that point in the last episode, she was walking away.
Yeah, but it's
She
too
was
late.
gone. It's too
It's
late
too
Yeah.
late.
now.
Oh, it's too late.
You
Yeah.
crossed that bridge the minute you took his mother. He hid his mother for years from everybody.
Yeah, and there was a reason for that, which I understand.
Yeah, yeah. You crossed the
Because he
line the minute you
knew
took his mother. It was game over right there.
because like you said, that's his biggest weakness, and he knew his mother was his biggest weakness.
Yeah. And then
So
she
let's
it
tell.
just weakened to the point he so into himself that she told him, if I get into this vegetative state, please kill me. He still can't get it done. He would rather sit
Right.
there and let her suffer for his purposes.
Yeah, even
Like
though
You
he
her,
understand?
like
promised
like
her that
like
he would.
like Oz mom said, he's been a step ahead of her the whole time. Like the dude, okay, yeah, he killed the brother. He made the families. He had the Maronis basically try to take out the Falcone. He took her bodyguard, that was her most trusted person, got him up out of there. Everybody, we forgot about that part. We put
Oh
that
yeah,
joint
yeah,
there
yeah.
and blamed him and got him up out of there. So now she's not covered by nobody.
And then she wanted
He's
to kill
been a step
another
ahead of her the
person.
whole time. Right.
All right.
Yeah,
So
he was.
do y'all guys see any potential spinoffs
Oh my
from
god.
this?
Yeah, I do. I really think we're going to get a Gigante spinoff because now we got to show the relationship between her and Selena. How they gonna get on
Mm.
the same page? Because technically, let's be honest, the Falcone that's in the show was not the same one as in the Batman. He didn't come back for this TV show.
Yeah, he didn't come back for the TV show. That's the
But
dude from
if he came back,
Breaking
it'd have
Bad.
made it more personal. But yeah, she was the hangman, so now you're going to show the relationship between them two. So there's either going to be a Catwoman series or a Sophia series. Then we got the potential of a Scarecrow. We got the potential of the Riddler's already been established in the movie, so we still got the Joker. I think the Joker's gonna be the last one because everybody's so used to him.
Now here's the question: do you tie in the Joaquin Phoenix Joker into this, or
No,
do you come up with a whole new Joker?
the Joker that we have is already in the Batman.
Are you talking about the what's it called Jared Leto's version?
No. And in the scene in the Batman with the Twilight dude, they go they watching the city blow up, and the Riddler is like, no, 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 and then the Joker's like, you want to know what I think?
Oh,
He's
he's
like,
talking to
what?
somebody next door, but they didn't show exactly who it was.
It was the Joker because he started laughing just like him, and then it's a picture of him online. He got the face and everything, but it's not. I think his backstory is not going to be what we think it was. Because
Hmm.
everybody wants him to fall into the goo. I think something else is going to happen to him. So
But I
yeah,
guess
they
my question
already
is,
established. It's a
are
matter
we
of when
getting
it's
a
going to be.
whole new person playing the Joker? Are we gonna have somebody totally different than Joaquin or Jared?
First of all, if Joaquin is in here, he better not pop another musical. He should.
I haven't seen it, so I don't even want to know.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't watch. I think that Joker is from a different universe, and it needs to stay
He
there
is. He
because
is.
because that Joker is not is. And I know we've had like different variations of the Joker, but this Joker is way different. His Joker is completely different, and it's from a whole different universe. And let it stay there. And like they said, the Joker, let bullet, whatever it's called, Joker 2 is a musical. Point blank, period. It is a musical. Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop
I
it.
was
yeah.
looking for Harley Quinn in Arkham, although they killed Magpie. I ain't appreciate that. They could have let Magpie stay a little longer.
Your Harley
So,
Quinn was Lady Gaga. That was a run. I'd have gave that to Liv Morgan.
yeah.
Definitely.
So, Liv Morgan, and I don't know how true this is or not, but when VKM was running the show, DC
Yes,
approached her
yes, it's true.
about doing Harley Quinn or a variation of Harley Quinn, and Vince blocked it.
Yeah, it was before they did the Suicide Squad. She had the role.
Yeah,
Same thing with
yeah,
Damian Priest when they had Namor.
yeah, and blocked him too,
Yeah,
which is
like he
crazy.
tried to block Seth Rollins and Captain America, but Triple H was like, no, he deserves it.
So,
She
yeah,
actually would have played a good Harley Quinn because she did that when she was with the Riot Squad. That's exactly who I saw as
Yeah.
when she had that pink, blue, and blue tongue thing going on.
oh yeah, she
And
was definitely Harley Quinn. Like even her cosplay to the ring was crazy because that's who you saw when you was like, oh yeah, that's Harley Quinn. Okay, like you ain't wondering like,
Even,
is that who is she? Is she what she trying to be? Oh no, that's Harley Quinn.
even to this day, she still gives you Harley Quinn vibes when she come down to the
Oh,
ring.
she does. She definitely does.
It
So
gives
I don't
you Harley
know.
Quinn and Poison Ivy.
I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I mentioned this to Dan when he and I was talking yesterday, Thursday or yesterday. But I don't know if you noticed, but every episode of the Penguin closing credits,
Oh yeah.
the graphic closing credits had a different play out song.
And you want to know what's crazy about that? The same thing for Agatha all along.
So if you watch the ending to the Penguin, the closing credits, because there was two versions, it was two sides. It was the graphic closing
Mm-hmm.
credits, and then it was like the traditional black and white closing credits. The graphic closing credits each week had a different song, and the way they did it was very subtle because the song fit the episode that we had just watched, and I thought
Yeah.
that was beautiful.
So
So if y'all don't
I'm
believe me, go back, just skim through the episodes, and when it gets to the closing credit, watch every ending to the episodes, and you're gonna hear a different song.
like so now we got a problem
Which
between
is
is I know it's not now, but when it comes to Oscar season, Emmy season, like we said before, Agatha has the comedy series, but I don't even find nothing funny about that show. Um, you got you got Penguin, and then tomorrow starts Dune.
Dune
Dune,
Dude,
on on what network?
HBO
HBO.
Tomorrow
tomorrow night.
I'll be watching.
Yes, it's the TV show about the witches.
Oh,
I
So
still ain't
it's,
seen
Dune!
the
I
it's
thought
second one though. I saw the first one, but I
Dune
still ain't seen the second movie. Dune.
yeah,
I gotta see the movie. I
Dune.
need to see the
It's
movie
the
before I watch the show.
it's the
like the
spinoff
video
before
game
the next
Dune.
movie come out. Huh?
Hold up, stop. Like the video game Dune.
No, not
Not
Dune.
Doom.
Dune, like Dune,
Dune.
like sand dune.
The movie. Oh, Dune. I
It
kept
was the
saying
they
Doom. I
Don't
kept
listen
saying
what he
Doom.
Baltimore in me, bro. The Baltimore. See, I still got it. Be quiet now.
Dune. Dune.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna watch
Dune.
that. I'm probably not gonna
It-
watch that because I
If you
was
didn't watch
not
the
interested
movie,
in the
then
movies.
it. I'm gonna say yeah, there's no point watching the TV show.
It's gonna be a
You know
problem
what's
when
an
you do
underrated? You know what's an underrated TV show? Halo.
it. Yeah.
The game is stupid. I hate the game.
What?
I hated Halo
Ooh.
because I wasn't an Xbox person. My cousin had Xbox, and he always wanted to play it. I don't want to play this.
I don't mind. I don't mind Halo. I just wouldn't play Halo on multiplayer because that's what Call of Duty got that stupid double jump from in
Yeah, hey, I don't
multiplayer.
want you to jump and give high five to Jeeves when I'm trying to shoot you.
Right. Yeah.
Do y'all watch Vox Machina?
I'm sorry. Why'd you cussing at me, yo?
Vox Machina. Do you watch
I don't.
Vox Machina?
I don't know what
Isn't
that
that anime
is.
or something?
Okay, let me rewind. Do you have Prime?
Yeah,
Yes,
sometimes.
yes, I have Prime. Yes.
Go watch Vox Machina.
I'm gonna need you to text me the spelling of that because
VOX. That's all you got to type in. VOX. It'll pop
Okay,
up.
I got you now.
okay.
I gotta watch the boys. Oh man,
Sir, I'm
It's an
sorry. You
anime.
said you
It's
gotta.
an
You said
anime.
you gotta watch the boys.
No,
I said
not the anime.
I
It's a
put my
show on Prime.
yeah, I put my head down as soon as I said it. Right?
It's
Oh
a
boy,
superhero. It's an anti superhero
So
show
let
on
me get this
Prime.
straight. You
no,
are a DC MCU fan, but you haven't watched the boys.
I didn't watch the last season.
Did you watch the little spin-off joint with the kids in the school?
The kids in the school, they talking about Incredible, Invincible.
No, the
No,
spin-off of the boys. They have a spin-off of the boys. You know, the superhero school that all the people supposedly went to. They
Yeah,
actually have a spin-off of that.
what's the name
These
of
kids are
it?
in that school. I don't know. I got it. I'm gonna text it to you. I forgot the name of it, but it's
Yeah,
coming.
all
and I
right,
watch it.
gentlemen.
You like
So
that?
all right, so we have come to the part of the show where
A
we give our
plus.
final thoughts.
I'm sorry.
Where we give our final thoughts on the Penguin miniseries. I'm gonna go first. Uh, my final thought for this is that is what we've all have said in agreement that this was very well done. This was definitely probably one of the better DC shows, and DC does really great with their TV shows. But this is by being on HBO. So we're not doing this with you, Danny. By by this being on
I
HBO,
love you
they
too,
they they
Penguin.
they
I love you.
you will let me talk.
What do you think? What do you think?
By them doing this on HBO, they allowed the show to have they allowed the show to breathe and allowed it to have life and give you character development and so forth and so on. And like I said, like we said, it was great storytelling. Colin Farrell, I didn't even think he had that in him to bring Penguin to a different level. Like, I really look. I ain't got nothing against Colin Farrell, but sometimes you see actors do certain things over and over again. They kind of get boxed in. Like I can't see Jason Statham not playing a Jason Statham. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of felt like that for Colin Farrell, but seeing him like, oh, okay, this dude really is a thespian. He's an actor, not thespian. Yes,
Yeah.
thespian.
So what you said something
Okay,
else.
no, that's why I started again because I know somebody was going to thought I said something else.
It was me.
But
It
no,
was me.
he was. I know it was you. He's a really great actor, and to
There
see
we go.
his range to do that, I'm glad he's signed on for the next 5 years or whatever for the Penguin role. And I'm looking forward to what's next. And I didn't answer the question, but the potential spinoff, um, I don't know because they can go in any direction. But I think we need to go either with Sophia or we introduce Scarecrow. But, all right, Danny,
Huh?
final thoughts.
Man, I congratulate DC and HBO Max. This has been the first show that DC has ever done. Their rating has been a 9.5. And that tells you a lot. The work,
Consistently every week.
right. That tells you a lot of the strategy that Matt Reeves and the direction that he's going. I'm actually going to be pissed if he ever has to leave because DC don't want to pay this man. Give this man the whole franchise. Let him cook. I mean, personally, if you don't let him cook, the potential that you have to take over is going to be gone. It's going to be gone. Let him cook. Do not give him the Christopher Nolan treatment with the Dark Knight. You ain't want to pay this man to do the franchise. Let this man cook. Give him. If he asks for $40 million, give it to him. Let him cook. Let him do what he's supposed to do, and let's watch this magic happen on TV and in the movie theater. You gave me a reason to go back to the movie theater, my guy, because I'm looking forward to seeing the Batman too. It's gonna be cold too. Yeah.
I piggyback on what you guys said. I thought the show was very masterfully done. Um, I'm a big fan of DC being excellent at doing TV shows. When they were on the CW and they had all those joints, I love most of them joints on the CW. I love the Doom Patrol. I love the Titans. I feel like all those the TV shows and the animated movies are done well. I only had a problem with DC when it came to the regular movies. The simple a couple of here and there hits. However, this particular show sets itself apart from the rest of them because it's just normal people doing gangster shit. And I loved how they laid it out. You didn't have to worry about a superhero emblem, symbol, or nothing coming into the very end of the movie. Again, I forgot Batman was even a part of this damn TV show. That's how good the show was. So I think they did an excellent job with that. So if they're doing spin-offs and they're doing origin stories of the villains and just leaving Batman stuff for the Batman movies, I'm all for it. I actually think they should do a Poison Ivy. I would like to see a Poison Ivy spin-off in this
Done
type
right.
of fashion, done correctly, right? In this type of fashion, you can say the Joker and the Batman for the movies. I'm cool with that, but this right here was very well done, and kudos to whoever decided to do it and pull it off. Kudos to Colin. Kudos to old girl. Again, we've seen them in other things, and they was cool in other things. But this right here would probably be the feather in their cap going forward as whatever they do. It's gonna be their crown jewel.
Yep.
Nice. So I think we all are in agreement. I think this is probably one of the few times in a while that we all been in agreement that this we all love this product and and what they did with this show. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have come to the end of the road, and we're gonna get on down the road. With that being said, Danny, what do we have on deck next week, or do we even know what we're doing next week yet?
Softball was in the works and possibly a what if, and then we're going to jump into what is it? The Survivor Series.
Yeah, Survivor Series. That Sunday after. Huh?
Is it what if then it's a Survivor Series? Then we jump into the battles.
So we're doing Christmas battles, ladies and gentlemen, in the month of December. We're doing Christmas battles, and also
just like
we something like that, but a little bit more iconic stuff. Did she just say touch and agree? Miss Voorhees said touch and agree. She took it to church.
What are we touching, man?
Oh boy!
If you went to a black church, that was like, okay, we gonna touch and agree? Amen.
That's up there with turning to your neighbor. Say neighbor.
Shut up.
Hey, the church say amen.
Shoot. So more than likely, and I'm confused as normal. Let me see here. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, if not next week, the 30th, we are going to be doing the James Bond series. The James Bond episode. Everybody's been asking for it. We are getting it together. We was going to do it in December, but we got the Christmas battles. So, and I want to get it in before 2025 because we got stuff on deck for next year. And more than likely, y'all already know, come holiday season, from Christmas time, Danny and I will be taking time off to be with our families. Feliz La Vida, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, all that beautiful stuff when that time comes. So we're going to get these battles in. Come next month, we got James Bond coming up before the end of the month. So definitely look out for that. We are still doing, Danny still has this special project You want to talk about the Psycho Collective or the Psycho? What would you call it? The con?
The Concept Con?
Yeah, the Concept Con. Touch on that real quick.
Okay, so Concept Con is basically anybody with that drawing, making music, doing posters, doing clothing lines. I'm putting up on my page, my Facebook page is Concept Con. You can pretty much throw your concept or your idea up there. So all your connect information for people can get in touch with you, and people going to scroll through it. If they like what you're doing, they'll hit you up. It's a platform for people who don't get seen. I'm basically opening up the page. If you want to post something on your page, tag me in it. It'll show up on the page. Hey, this is from such and such. If you like this work, call them right here. Get in contact with them right here. And they be like, hey, Dan, I seen this guy on your page. Where can I get him at? Well, you can check his page right here. It's just basically for the ones who can't be seen. This is your opportunity to be seen and heard. And I'm gonna kick it off probably I'm gonna get a teaser probably next week of what it's gonna be like.
Okay. If anybody wants more information on that, you can email us at 2fatguyspodcast99@gmail.com. So if you want to actually be part of the Concept Con to get your voice heard, get your product and your creativity out there, definitely reach out to 2fatguyspodcast99@gmail.com. If you are looking for like custom made shirts, hats for the winter and hoodies and stuff like that, hit your boy up at Nod Your Head Creations. He is on Instagram. You can inbox him on Instagram at Nod Your Head Creations. And it's like, yo, I need some hoodies. I'm looking for some work. I'm trying to get, whatever. And he will take care of you. Prices are good. And, we need to support our small businesses. And it's holiday season. And if you want something real special, for that loved one that you can't find in the store, he got you. He definitely got you. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you can find us at Facebook at Two Fat Guys Podcast, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's Two Fat Guys Podcast 99 on those platforms. Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube is Two Fat Guys Podcast 99. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Tell your friends to tell a friend about the Two Fat Guys Podcast. And Spotify, Two Fat Guys Podcast. Our Agatha All Along episode is booming. Thank you so much for those who have been listening to it and streaming it. I can see the numbers, and thank y'all so much. And as usual, we appreciate y'all taking your time out on this Saturday evening to come hang out with two fat guys and their fat brother in arms. We definitely appreciate y'all. We appreciate you, Big Nah, for coming through as normal whenever we need you. You always here for us, bro. Nothing but love for you.
Yes, sir.
And with that being said,
Kevin.
love you too, bro. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as normal, tell a friend that is Two Fat Guys Podcast. Y'all be safe.